Hello everybody, welcome to another video, and today we'll be continuing our discussion on the BAPHOMET. I realize there's not a lot of people out there that are talking about the statue. I'm going to not because I want to tell you how bad Satanism is, whether you believe in it or not, or whether you practice it or not, everybody should understand that it's incorrect. And I say that because I'm a minister and been following the Bible a long time, and I've been studying both areas. With that being said, I want to continue our discussion about the BAPHOMET. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. But I want to tell you this as a matter of fact, because I believe this statue tells us the plan of the demonic co-conspirator that is being pursued by this new world order that's really got a hook in the jaw of the world through this pandemic. Reason why I don't think this is the last of the pandemics at all. Something will happen to continue the process of the oppression on the world. Now, these riots that we're having in the United States, you need to understand they're not just here. These riots are happening around the world, ladies and gentlemen, and there's no reason for it. There's no reason for these riots except for one thing, and that is to push and pursue the plan of the New World Order and the demonic co-conspirator. Now, there's a group of people on this planet who think they can ride this wave and bring in their plan. But I want to tell you right now, they'll be unsuccessful. But I'm not here to preach about the unsuccess of the New World Order, when in fact you can look around your very own self and see that even money is now fallen by the wayside, and a cashless society is even in our hands as I speak. So, ladies and gentlemen, cash is out and plastic is in. Actually, it's not a very far jump, because this has already been coming about for a while. There's so much in this world that we could discuss in truth, but due to the constraints of time, and I've already lost 4 minutes, I want to discuss this BAPHOMET. Now, in discussing this creature, this statue, I want to look at these hands next. So let's take a look at the hands and see what we see. First, we have this hand, the right hand of the BAPHOMET, and then we have the left hand of the BAPHOMET. And noticing that this one is pointing up and this one is pointing down. That's the first thing we have to notice. And the reason for that we have to notice is because from below up above, or from above below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very interesting positioning. As above, so below. As below, so above. Now, this creature right here, this whatever you call him, is saying something. First off, we understood that he was saying the salve tattoo and the coagulate tattoo. Salve on the right hand, coagulate on the left hand, meaning dissolve and coagulate, or bring back into a solid something better. So we are going to dissolve what's above, and we're going to coagulate what's below into something better. This symbol on this hand has a couple of meanings. This symbol right here, in reference to the Catholic Church, is, by the way, if you'll study it, is where this creature was born by someone from that who was training to be a priest and was unsuccessful because of marriage. Levi, But this image has not just came up since the 1850s. This image has been coming on since the Egyptian age. And even before, there's been proof that this image has been a long, long time out there. This symbol right here in the Catholic Church means the benediction, or the blessing and the prayer at the end. The prayer at the end. That's above. The prayer at the end. So he's giving the symbol of the benediction as is to say, it's over. It's over. Now the second thing that we see, the lower hand. Now in order to tell you what the lower hand means, let's go back to the top and discuss what this symbol shows. Well, consequently, this symbol up here is showing us the sign of the number 22. 20, but it is showing us 2. 22. So this is the number 22. Now in the Bible, the meaning of the number 22 is light. Light. L-I-G-H-T, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're seeing this cat right here say is, first comes the light. Now these people have often and continued to argue that the church hates them and we want to wipe them out. But that's incorrect, ladies and gentlemen. That in itself is a lie, right? We don't hate them, and we don't want to wipe them out, because to contend that to be a fact shows our ignorance if we do. Because in our human selves, we don't have any kind of power to take them out. Only God can do this. And God is familiar with this cat right here, believe me. How do I know? Well, because he has wings. Now, why would he have wings? So that he could fly around the world? No, a statue doesn't need to fly around the world. Because it shows us that this cat is one of the fallen angels. And maybe one day I'll take you to the book of Enoch and show you. But this represents one of the fallen angels, one of the demonic co-conspirators, who is working this plan of the New World Order. And this Baphomet is showing up in many cities across the country. And the reason for that is because they're pushing their new government agenda. This represents 22. Not the whole number in his sign, because he's just a statue. He can't give you the whole sign. So he's showing you the final sign of 22, which in the Bible is light. Above is the light. Notice the white crescent moon, which represents the seat of the light. And we know the seat of the light is God. So he's kind of mad here. He's got his eyebrows down. So he's not liking this. He has to show us this, but he has to show us because it's there. So 22 represents the light. Now down here on this left hand is the next number, 23. You pull this thumb out, it means 23. 1, 2, 3. 22, 23. 22, 23. Now 23 in the Bible is the number for death. So what this Baphomet is saying, that he wants to take the world from light to death. And how do I know it's that way? Because salve first, dissolving first, what is now a coagula, and then coagulating, putting back together that is left to make something better. So I know he's going from light to dark. Death. Death doesn't necessarily mean stinky. It means without light. It also means darkness. From light to darkness, which I know because is represented by the dark crescent moon at the bottom, the seat of death or the seat of darkness. So what we're doing here is we're taking the good and representing that we're going to show you that we're going to end it, we're going to dissolve it, and bring it into death or light. Or, in other words, we're going to take what's going on now and turn it into the Luciferian light, which does not exist. Now, this Luciferian doctrine is represented in full form by this Baphomet. This Baphomet is also half man, half woman. Notice the breasts, and by the way, the Catholic Church has taken away the breasts. They've cut them off the Baphomet. I wonder if that made him cry in his beer. Because they don't want the breasts to show in the statue, because they don't want to have to argue with the church or people that the Baphomet has boobs. They don't want to talk about that. So instead of having to explain that this is half man and half woman, they made it pure man by taking away the breasts and hiding his true state. He's half. Everything about him is half and half. He's good, he's bad, he's light, he's dark, he's a man, he's a woman. He represents the opposites. So just a discussion about these hands, let's note them. Because I have another chart coming, I have another discussion about the Baphomet. And we're going to discuss this emblem right here. And this is not what you think it is. It is not the manly part of the Baphomet. Not at all. This is something else that's on his lap. And we must understand and discuss what this is. Because I'm only giving you this part of the statue, which doesn't tell you everything, but note that it does go with solve et coagula. We're going to dissolve the light and coagulate it back into darkness. Something stronger, something better. Because this cat thinks that he can make it stronger and better. He thinks he can have a better, stronger government by taking the people from below, those that live below, the citizens, and making them aristocrats in the name of Satan or in the name of the demonic co-conspirators. They can take the people from below, and with their anger and their hatred and their lawlessness for that is good, he can coagulate it into a better, new, shining government. And if somebody doesn't declare martial law, pretty soon we're going to find ourselves in a world of trouble. And just because I want to show you, here is 22 and here is 23. Thumb in, thumb out. Now, whether these fingers are together or not doesn't really matter, as I've discussed this with people who do these things. So 22, thumb in, 23, thumb out. Got it? 22, thumb in, 23, thumb out, ladies and gentlemen. There it is right in front of you. You can see it, and it's looking at us right in the face. And if you're one of the people going out and doing the writing, you should maybe stay home for a few more minutes before you go out and consider that you're being used like a pawn by this Bilderberg group, this new revised Illuminati that is trying to push their new agenda, one world religion, one world government, one world currency. Two of those have already been in action for some time. One world religion, one world currency. Looking at you right in the face. Every day you go to town, there it is. It's happening. 2 out of 3. And finally, the one world government that is looking us right in the eye, just like I'm looking in that camera right now. You can't deny the facts. The BAPHOMET, unfortunately, he tells us the direction of the New World Order. And so with that being said, been good to be with you this short time, and I pray that you would find your strength in the Lord and understand that God has made plans for that's already being out there. God has a plan, a rebuttal that cannot be denied. But before that comes, all hell is going to continue to be loosened upon the planet. And your only place to run is to Jesus Christ. Because the end of all things, is at hand. Don't wait around, but prepare yourself, because I want to tell you that the end is coming. You understand? Now is the time for salvation. Now is the time to receive Christ. Don't wait. If you do, then you lose.